Ready?
Sure.
Okay. Welcome back to a brand new episode of The Drunk Chef. Today we're doing a back-to-school special with my special guest, Christine Lyon. Christine is going to lead us through some very quick and easy back-to-school lunches for you and the kids.
Are you staying here? Okay.
Well,
so basically...
Sorry. This is The Drunk Chef after all.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're drinking.
Yeah, is that okay?
I used to drink, I used to smoke, and then I danced. I used to drink, I used to smoke, and then I danced. Well, it's public living in this crowded room. Need some new religion and I need it pretty soon. Drink, I used to smoke, and then I danced.
Okay, so basically I want to stick to a couple main concepts when we're building lunches. What I see a lot of times when I'm meeting with clients, and it's just like carb overload and nobody understands how to balance a good meal and make it taste good. So what I want to talk about are the three components of building a healthy lunch. Number one is that we include all of the macronutrients at every meal, so every time.
What are macronutrients?
Yeah. So we're talking about making sure we always get a carb, we always get a bit of protein, and we always get a little bit of fat.
Okay, so tell me what we have.
Okay, so in building healthy fats, I always try to incorporate, obviously the kids can't have nuts at school, so the nuts and seeds are for us in the adult meals, but healthy fats would be things like cheese products. So right now we have goat cheese, but you can do feta cheese. You can do mozzarella cheese sticks, something easy. Avocados are a source of healthy fats. And so would be some hard-boiled eggs. Olive oil also is a source of healthy fat as we build the base for a salad dressing. So trying to incorporate that. Proteins, we've got chicken or lean turkey strip. This is some organic roasted chicken that I bought last night. Protein again, eggs. Also little things you can use are wild salmon, tuna fish. I've got a little bag of protein. And then we move on to carbs. So these are all of our great fruits, veggies, whole grains. We're cooking up some whole grain pasta right now, but we have a muesli mix of whole grain oats. There's kiwis, there's grapes, there's strawberries, apples. I've tried to pull a couple different fruits you might have lying around.
Show me.
Okay, so first I want to show you guys these great containers. I like these for a number of reasons. First, each one is kind of like a little meal in itself. Whenever I package a meal either for myself or the kids, again, I try to look at it as a complete meal. Does it have a spot for a carbohydrate, fruit or vegetables, proteins such as lean meats or Greek yogurt, and then a healthy fat all in one container so the kids can grab and go a complete meal. So these are great because they're perfectly portioned. On the bottom,
Where did you get these things from?
I got these at Solutions. Actually, believe it or not, Old Navy has them even now. They're really colorful ones. Okay, so we're going to start with a really basic for the kids. Think outside the box. Get away from your traditional carrot sticks.
But you're using a box, you know that, right?
Yeah, no, we're doing a Bisto Box for them. Zucchini is actually a really good idea for kids. You can slice it up like this. Try it maybe instead of cucumbers. A lot of people are doing cucumbers. So on the bottom, I just fill up with veggies. So I'll take some carrot sticks, not carrot sticks, zucchini sticks. We'll do multicolored peppers because color is one of the key components of a healthy snack too, right? So we're doing whole cherry tomatoes. We're doing veggie sticks right here, okay? You could throw some strawberries in here on the bottom. So we're just going to make sure that the bottom is colorful, which it is, and that we have a little bit of green, orange, red, and it's all on the bottom, and it's from the land. Turkey sticks are really easy if you're doing deli slices. Sometimes this is just getting away from your traditional sandwiches. You can use something, usually 2 or 3 strips like this is a full serving of protein. And going with a healthy fat. The cheese strings are definitely easy for the kids to use. Maybe 2 cheese strings. 2 cheese strings is about 10 grams of fat, and it's about enough for the kids.
Isn't this a lot of food just for one kid?
This is not a lot of food. This is probably just around 300 calories not even. So it's actually a whole meal. So they can break this up into 2 little meals. So this could be like half snack, half lunch, but it is complete if they eat from each compartment. Something from, again, we have, this is part of our carbs, so the kids can choose like a whole grain mini pita to put on top to eat with their turkey and chicken. So now we have a complete Bisto Box.
Wicked.
With carbs on the bottom. It looks pretty, it's colorful, there's lots of variety, and you could add some hummus to the container if you want. It's complete so the kids know to go for this, okay? Nice. So basic, easy, simple solution. Okay, so now we're going to do the second part of lunch. This could be a snack. Great for the kids, great for the adults, okay? Love yogurt parfaits. Just be aware, a lot of the kids' yogurts are full of sugar. They're just basically glorified sugar snacks. So I love the Greek yogurt. We have vanilla Greek yogurt, really good for the kids. I use the plain and I add real fruit. If you're an adult, try to go for the plain. It's actually a healthier choice. So 3/4 of a cup of Greek yogurt is actually a full serving. It supplies us with also 28 grams of protein. On top of it, so that it doesn't spill all over the place and get icky, I usually put like a muesli. This is one that I've got. Again, you're sticking to the serving size. This is about a 1/2 cup, which most of them are about 1/2 cup to 3/4 of a cup. But because I'm putting some fruit in, I'm going to top this up so it sort of seals.
Yeah, sure, just make a mess.
Sorry. As I press it down, it's perfect portion size. I've got my proteins on the bottom. The granola has a bit of fat in it, and I'm going to top the top with peaches. And I'm just going to put about a 1/2 cup to a cup of fruit on the top, balanced.
These containers, I love these containers. This is what I have. This shitty ass.
These are complicated for the kids because then they have to open one and then another one.
No, these are no good. I think
those are crap.
We should use
Go for this. Look
these.
how pretty. Look how colorful. Make sure you have a healthy fat in there. If you're choosing for your kids, make sure the yogurt either has a little bit of fat in it or you add a little bit of fat. If you're an adult, you can add pumpkin seeds to it, which I have over here, and I'm actually going to throw a few on top, okay? Okay, so then the other idea I love for kids is having them build their own pasta salad. Today we've started with a whole grain rotini. So again, you have to think about a cup cooked is a full serving size for adults and everyone. So you don't want to pile up the pasta. What you want to do is build it up. This is great because you can layer your food. So again, we're going to start with our healthy fat on the bottom. A spoon of olive oil. And a little bit of balsamic vinegar. So I usually do like half and half. Of course we do. So just a little bit of salt.
Regular salt or kosher
and
salt?
Pepper. Sea salt is awesome. Kosher salt, whatever. The next thing we're going to do is build the protein. So right here I've got cut up chicken. Again, this is just a rotisserie chicken the night before, and I'm going to go about 4 ounces of chicken. So I'm just going to fill in about 4 ounces of chicken. So we've chopped up zucchinis. This is all the veggie sticks we had. I just took an extra second to quickly chop them up. We've got,
no, she didn't. I did that.
John
I
did
did
that.
them earlier.
Okay.
She's lying.
So here's my veggies. I'll throw some tomatoes in there. Top it off with a little bit of pasta for the kids. I'm using my hands, but I hope you guys don't want to. Okay.
Stuff in there. So how are they supposed to mix this?
Here we are. We've got our pasta salad, and it's kind of layered, and it's fun. You've seen the kids. They make their thing. So they can keep this in their lunch when they're ready. They can shake it up. You're gonna have to throw a little bowl in there, and then they can. When it's time to eat, they'll just pull it out. They'll give it a toss, and then they'll pour it in their bowl, and they have a full meal.
That looks cool. I want to eat that.
We can eat that. We're gonna build just a regular salad. I want you to think outside of the box when you're building salads with protein.
See, this time you're in a jar, so I can think outside the box.
Yes, you're thinking outside the box. So you have a jar.
I'm seriously like the funniest person I know, honestly. Isn't that true, Tara? Aren't I the funniest person I know? What?
What did we get here?
Arugula.
Because I choose to use goat cheese in this recipe instead of a lot of oil, I'm going to go really light on the oil and choose instead to use goat cheese as my primary fat, goat cheese and nuts. So I'm going to put the vinegar on the bottom. So I love balsamic vinegar. The other thing you can use is the balsamic glaze. Which
Isn't that a lot of vinegar?
It's not really a lot of vinegar.
That's like a 1/4 cup. That's like probably more.
It's really not that much vinegar. I'll eat this one if you don't.
No, that's fine. I mean, people want to know how much you're putting in there because some people
I'm probably
that's not
putting
their...
like 2 or 3 tablespoons. Okay, maybe a little bit more. Yes. I like vinegar, so I'm putting extra.
Fine, so you can use less if you want to.
You can use less. I love lemon juice, so I'm gonna again. I squeeze about 1/4 to half of a lemon in here. Okay. Then I'm gonna move into. I've got chicken here, but another thing I like is wild salmon. Here you can use like fajita strips from the night before. You can experiment with all kinds of different foods. Shrimp, really good. So again, I'm going to go for about 3 or 4 ounces of chicken. Next thing, I'm going to throw a little tiny bit of goat cheese. I won't use this whole amount because I've already got a little bit of olive oil.
This is, by the way, full fat goat cheese because
No, it's
that's...
not.
What is? You're supposed to use low fat, or go for full fat. I always suggest full.
So that we know, this is blue menu is 12%.
Do we have bacon? We don't have bacon.
We don't have bacon. This is 12%
Sorry.
milk fat. And I'll throw some pumpkin seeds in there. I've shredded all of this zucchini. John shredded all of this zucchini.
Thank
so
you.
literally this is one zucchini that we shredded. Chopped peppers from before, so I'll throw those in. Maybe what I'll do is I'll throw some fennel. I love fennel, it's a great addition. I'm just going to chop it up so it's a bit thinner. This is a lot of vegetables, but it's not a lot in terms of carbs. Like all of these vegetables don't even equal out to the same amount of carbs that you find in a slice of bread, or very close to it. So you can have 3 cups of vegetables to 1 slice of bread in terms of caloric value. So
really?
Yes. The other thing I'm going to add is just a little bit of shredded apples.
Oh, I love apple.
And then I just stuff as much lettuce as I want in the top here. You can use spinach, you can use arugula, you can use whatever you like. Again, if you didn't, I forgot to put salt and pepper in the bottom, but you can see now how nice this looks, right? It's very pretty, looks delicious, and it's going to be delicious. So I'm going to toss it up later on. I could take this to work with me.
Someone's got to do all the drinking. Okay, last one, right?
Okay, last one, last jar.
This is going to be like the longest video of all time. This is going to be like 25 minutes. I'm going to have to split this up into like 3 videos.
Okay, we can do one. We can do
she doesn't
one
really
more.
listen to me. She hears me. She doesn't listen.
Do you not want to do it?
No, go ahead.
Do one more just to show you guys different options. So if you had a fat-free dressing, use that as your base instead of adding more olive oil or vinegar here. But again, I like the balsamic vinegar and olive oil, so I'll put a little bit. We won't put as much this time around because John doesn't.
Believe it or not, that was full when we started. She's used all of my balsamic vinegar.
There you go. There's a couple tablespoons.
It's a good thing I didn't bring out the good stuff.
Tomatoes go really well with eggs. So eggs is another great source of protein we don't tap into a lot. I've got 3 eggs here, 2 of them complete and 1 extra. I'll take an extra slice of meat and I'll chop it up. So this is kind of going to be my protein base. Carbs and fats are swimming all around you. Just taking 2 of those sticks of turkey and chop them up, okay? With 2 hard-boiled eggs. So now we've got our fat and our protein in there. And I've already chopped a bunch of tomatoes. So this is going to be a nice hearty tomato. Those tomatoes are going to soak in that vinegar and a little bit of olive oil. Yeah. The next thing I'm going to put in is my protein. I put the tomatoes there because I want them to soak in the vinegar, right? So they get that flavor.
Great. Love that.
Salt and pepper in there as well. So just a little bit of salt. Creating that same idea. I've got a jar with a little lid, so this is kind of a bit tricky. Sorry.
You can add herbs and stuff too, right? Like basil and all that stuff.
And that's one thing we don't have here, but I use a lot. I have a garden in the back of my house, so I use tons of basil, dill, cilantro, and parsley. I basically...
There's basil right behind her.
There's basil there. Oh, there's basil right behind me. Let's throw some in. Stick it in there. Again, I would choose spinach in here, but today I only have arugula, so whatever you like. Spinach salad is great, but this is good. So I'm going to shove it in there. Proteins in there. I've got healthy fats, the egg yolks. Got lots of flavor, and it's going to be really good.
Cool. Very simple.
It's so simple. This one's really simple, so we're just going to chop that up. I would even actually have a piece of fruit on the side with this. So bringing an apple. This is actually a complete meal, so you have room for a bit more fruit.
So like how many calories like is something like this?
Something like this with my strawberries that I'm going to throw on top is going to be about 300 calories. Meals. But 300 to 400 calories per
Again, I'm not saying that anyone who watches my show actually counts calories, because I hardly count calories, so I'm making an assumption, but it's always good enough. We're jar mates. So Christine's made a whole bunch of really easy things today, and
because the pasta salad.
It's in the fridge. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you found some interesting ideas for lunches for this year, and see you next time.
See you next time.